You ever have one of those moments where you think you've seen it all, only to get blindsided by something so wild it flips your whole world upside down? That's what happened to Marcus and Lena Thompson and their little girl, Ava, on a crisp October morning at Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. I'm telling you, this story starts like a punch to the gut and ends with a roar you'll feel in your bones. So, picture this. Marcus, sharp as a tack in a tailored gray suit, his hand resting gently on Ava's shoulder as she clutches a toy plane, her eyes sparkling with that kid-like wonder you can't fake. Lena glides in behind, her emerald dress catching the light, her poise screaming confidence. They're heading to first class on Skypulse Airlines, a carrier they own. Yeah, they're billionaires, but you wouldn't know it from their easy smiles. The cabin's plush, with creamy leather seats, wide as a dream, and soft golden lighting that makes you feel like royalty. Passengers nod politely as the Thompsons settle in, Ava giggling as she sinks into her seat, swinging her tiny sneakers. But then, enter Sarah Mitchell, the flight attendant with a smile so tight it could crack glass. She zeroes in on Marcus like a hawk, her eyes narrowing as she asks for their boarding passes, her tone sharp enough to cut. "First class," she says, like it's a math problem she can't solve. Marcus hands over the passes, calm as a summer lake. But you can see Lena's jaw tighten. She knows something's off. Sarah studies the tickets, her lips pursing, then mutters about needing to confirm something before storming off to the galley, leaving a chill in the air. Behind the curtain, Sarah's on the phone, whispering like she's spilling state secrets. "There's a family in first class. Thompson, you sure they belong here?" The ground crew confirms. Tickets bought, paid in full, no issues. But Sarah's not buying it. She marches back, her face a mask of fake courtesy, and drops the bomb. "You'll need to move to coach until we sort this out." Marcus raises an eyebrow, his voice steady but laced with steel. "On what grounds?" Sarah mumbles something about protocol, avoiding his gaze. Ava looks up, confused, her toy plane limp in her hands. "Why, Mommy?" she whispers. Lena forces a smile, but her eyes are fire. The cabin's buzzing now, passengers leaning forward, whispering. A guy in a polo shirt mutters, "This is bull, they paid for those seats." A woman nearby nods, her face tight, with second-hand anger. Sarah doubles down, her voice sharper. "Please, sir, don't make this difficult. Security will be called." Marcus stands, slow and deliberate, adjusting his jacket like he's about to walk into a boardroom. "Call them," he says, cool as ice. "But they better have a damn good explanation. The tension's so thick you could choke on it." Then Marcus pulls out his phone, dials a number, and says 3 words. "Make it happen." He hangs up, his face unreadable, and nods to Lena. They gather their things, Ava's lip trembling as they're led to coach cramped, stiff seats that feel like a slap after first class. Passengers are outright mad now, some filming, others shouting, "This ain't right." Sarah's confidence is cracking. You can see it in her shaky hands as she retreats to the galley. But here's where it flips. The intercom crackles, and the captain's voice booms. "Ladies and gentlemen, we're addressing an issue. Please stay seated." A hush falls. Then, a new voice, Claire Hudson, Skypulse CEO, live from HQ. "Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, I'm horrified by what's happened. You're not just passengers, you own this airline. This was a gross error, and we're fixing it now. Please return to first class." The cabin erupts in cheers, fists pumping, strangers high-fiving. Lena's eyes glisten as Marcus leads them back, his hand steady on Ava's shoulder. Sarah's face is ghost white, her career flashing before her eyes. Back in first class, the Thompsons settle in, Ava beaming as she waves her toy plane. Claire's voice continues. "We're issuing a full refund, lifetime first-class passes, and a $2 million donation to the Justice Alliance in your name." The applause is deafening. Sarah, trembling, approaches with an apology so quiet it's almost lost in the noise. "I'm so sorry," she stammers. Marcus nods, his voice firm but kind. "Words are cheap, Sarah. Show us change." She nods, tears spilling, and you can feel the weight of her regret. The flight lands, and the story explodes. Social media lights up Thompson triumph trends worldwide. Skypulse stock dips 3%, and news vans swarm the gate. Claire meets the Thompsons with a handwritten apology from the board. Marcus speaks to the cameras, his voice steady. This isn't just about us. It's about every passenger who's ever been judged for how they look. Respect isn't optional, it's mandatory. In the weeks that follow, Skypulse overhauls its training, hires diversity experts, and sets up a passenger rights hotline. Sarah, suspended at first, takes a hard look at herself, enrolls in bias training, and starts speaking at workshops, her voice shaking but honest. The Thompsons launch a foundation to fund anti-bias programs, turning their pain into progress. A year later, they board another Skypulse flight, greeted by name, with Sarah now a passenger advocate handing Ava a new toy plane. The cabin feels different, warmer, like a promise kept. But here's the thing, not everyone's on board. Some crew members grumble about overreach, saying the new rules are too strict. Others argue the Thompsons push too hard, that one mistake shouldn't tank a company. So what do you think? Was Sarah's punishment fair, or did she deserve a second chance sooner? Should the Thompsons have sued for more, or was their push for reform enough? And when's the last time you saw someone judged unfairly? Did you speak up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button if this hit you hard, and subscribe so we can keep these stories coming. Let's talk about what justice really looks like.